It's amazing how easily people will talk shit about people who, when they don't know anything about what they're going through or what it took to get there. And it's amazing how people who have nothing going on in their lives will talk shit about people who are going somewhere just because that person's kind of standing out in the crowd and you can talk shit about them. Little secret is that person doesn't bother even thinking about you because they're doing things with their lives. Think about that. Do stuff with your life. Stop talking shit. What's going on? These bloodshot eyes are brought to you by insomnia. So I wanted to shoot this video for you guys. Just kind of giving you an update about a bunch of stuff and talk to you about the importance of balance. Because that is one thing, that is one area I do not have is balance. So as you know, I haven't put any videos on this channel for a while now. And the reason behind that is that a lot of stuff has caught up with me in terms of my past and such, and I've been really dealing with extreme bouts of anxiety and insomnia. And it has really seriously slowed my progress towards going forward. And, one of the things that I try to do on this channel is I try to show you all what happens on the journey, on the path to trying to go for what you want, that it's not all glamorous and it's not, everything that you thought it would be. And it's hard. It's really hard. You make mistakes, things happen, people let you down, and, it lands you in some difficult, tumultuous times, and it makes you really expand your mind and kind of get an appreciation for anybody who did make it and what people are trying to do in many different walks of life, many of which you may have not agreed with before going through the circumstances that you are. It gives you a real appreciation for anybody who's trying to do anything of significance. So basically, the reason I dropped out of doing videos recently and stopped putting up as much as I was, I literally have the next studio show that's really awesome, by the way. I'm going to be putting it out probably in the next few weeks. But the next studio show with Mike Moniz of Glass Divide is going to be going up. It's done. It's literally done. But I can't bring myself to post it because I'm so shot that I haven't had time to proof it, just to make sure that it's, doesn't have any errors in it or sound quality issues or this, that, and the other. And hold on, we're gonna film an accident. So the reason that I want to make this video is that I don't want you guys to get to where I'm at. On the surface, there's a lot of things that I have now that it's very easy to look at and say that I want that, or that others, want that. But there's a lot that has come with my rise in success. And I want to talk about that today. So it's still incredible for me if I go back 2 years. 2 years ago, I was sitting on a porch, miserable, absolutely miserable in life. And that was my home. That was where I lived. I had fallen so far from, what I had been trying to do with my old business that I used to own. And as I was sitting there, I didn't see how things could get better. And it was a very, very bad situation that I was living in. Very bad. I'll talk about it one day, but extremely bad situation that I was in at the time. And what I did was I went into a extreme level of survival mode is what happened 2 years ago. And I was very sick 2 years ago. I was not feeling well. I had chronic inflammation all over. I had anxiety issues, insomnia issues. I had a lot of emotional and mental baggage from my past, going on 2 years ago, and none of what I just described does any light to what I was actually dealing with. And oh, good, it's a cop. What's up, cop? What's going on? It's a good time to be on my phone, right? Yeah. So, anyways, had a lot going on, way over the top stuff, and I put myself into a very deep survival mode. And I got myself out of those situations through sheer willpower. Like, absolute willpower is the only thing that got me out of there. My blood tests can prove it. You know, my blood tests that I've gotten, you know, as I've been trying to get by everything that's happened in my life and trying to, you know, heal and recuperate, my blood tests reflect somebody who's like really fucked up. So it's nothing else but sheer willpower that got me to, you know, where I am today. However, there has been hefty expenses. So when I had fallen down and I had nothing, truly very close to nothing, and living in that bad circumstance, when I went into survival mode, I never shut it off. And, you know, it's made me miss out on a lot of things in my life because I haven't been able to allow myself to relax. I haven't been able to allow myself to enjoy the fruits of my labor and balance out. And I want you to understand, you have to balance out. I really don't care who you are. It will take a toll on you if you are always just hacking away at everything that you want in life and you're not taking time to truly smell the roses and truly calm down. It's crazy because I preach this stuff. Sometimes it's really hard to listen to yourself. So I went into survival mode, and 2 years later now, you know, I sit here and again, on the surface, it looks like somebody who's most definitely on their way to success. 2 years ago, in 2017, I made $204,000. Last year, I made $137,000. I should have made way more than 200. I should have topped the year before. However, all of the issues that I had been shoving down so much to keep moving forward started to rear their ugly head. And I'll tell you right now, if you do not address the things that go on with you and you just hide them and sweep them under the rug, and it's funny because I don't even try to do that. I just had a lot of issues. So if you do that, they will come back. They will bite you. Like if you don't handle what you've got going on, it'll come back. So last year, for 2018, yeah, on paper, $137,000 sounds really, really good. Except that there's $60,000 I can't quite account for. Like, between doctor's visits, co-pays, homeopaths, supplements, chiropractors, acupuncturists, masseuses, you know, all this different stuff, just trying to feel better. 60 grand. Like, what the fuck? I spent $60,000 to try to remedy situations that were going on. Plus, I had to take tons of time off from work last year. Tons of time off to regroup and recollect myself. And it really cut into, you know, my whole goal, which is, you know, I'm trying to become a millionaire by April 1st, which I did not realize it was April Fool's Day when I said that originally, but April 1st, 2020 is the goal, to be a millionaire by that date. So it's a little bit over a year from now to get there. And it's just, you know, it's incredible, the journey that I've been on, and I'm relatively on track. I'm not quite on track because last year set me back immensely. However, can you stop pulling out? However, you know, I don't know if from the outside looking in, I don't know if you guys knew the whole story, if you would want what my life has been these last 2 years, regardless that there's been a meteoric, you know, rise to success and moving up. I actually just became the director, one of the directors at the company that I'm with right now, which of course is in alignment with my financial goals, but my balance goals need to start taking precedence. And, you know, there's a lot of impressive stuff that, you know, I feel when I look back, I've been able to accomplish. But, guys, the balance is so fucking important. Without balance, like, you will end up so far from your goal that you actually want. And it's like, I finally decided that I am just gonna calm things down and take steps back and just take time for me, and, you know, go for walks in the park, go for walks in the beach, you know, meditate. You know, I've been working on getting the anxiety lower and lower. Last night is kind of not the best example of it, but I did so much yesterday again. I tell myself I'm not going to, but I do it. And I spooled up my brain like a turbo. And in doing so, I'm going to have to pull over because I'm back at the office now. So we are going to park over here for a moment to continue this video. So, I basically went to go to bed last night, and I was so spooled up from the day, and I knew I was doing it too, and I went to go lay down, and dude, the insomnia was insane. You know, where all of the pushing got me in the last 2 years was like on anxiety medication, having to carry it with me everywhere I went, being very high functioning on the surface, but really having a nightmare internally. Getting different like physical symptoms all over, pains in my back that couldn't be explained, eczema on my side for a while, you know, twitches in my eye, like over here. It still twitches to this day a little bit, but it's like I put myself so deep into survival mode. That's all I knew. That's all I knew how to act like. And I knew that just keep pushing. Like the goal is going to be there. But every time I got to that goal, I moved that line back. So it's almost like there was no enjoyment from reaching such and such goal. I just kept going. And that's no way to live. So I go to lay down last night. I'm up until 7 a.m. Like, tossed, turned, fought with sleep, bullshit, racing thoughts, this, that, and the other, up, down, going downstairs to eat, walking around the house, doing this, doing that, till 7 a.m. I have a speech to give at 10. It is like, not 10. I have a speech to give at 12. I had to get up at 10. So I'm on 3 hours of sleep. That's why these bloodshot eyes are the way that they are. And I'll deliver. I'll do the speech. I'll do whatever. But you know what I'm doing after? Relaxing. It's not a way to live to simply be a warrior all the time. You have to be balanced. And more, life is kicking my ass for not practicing what I preach. And, you know, I share these videos with you because, you know, there's a lot of people who have been commenting recently on a lot of my stuff, which is really cool. I love when people are commenting, you know, but I want you all to understand that, like, I'm a human like all the rest of you. You know, I have struggles just like all the rest of you. I watched a phenomenal documentary the other day about Lady Gaga, of all people, who I've never listened to her music. I've never cared. I've never anything. I love this woman now. Like, Lady Gaga, 5'2". It's on Netflix right now. And the beginning sucks and it's really long to watch. But the thing is that it picks up around the middle. But you start to see, like, and gain such an appreciation for people who are at that level, because she's got so many issues, and she's having panic attacks, and she's having meltdowns, and she's, you know, can't like function properly. She's got so much stress in her life. She's, You know, she's had stuff go on with her relationships, and it's like, you know, it's amazing how easily people will talk shit about people who, when they don't know anything about what they're going through or what it took to get there. And it's amazing how people who have nothing going on in their lives will talk shit about people who are going somewhere just because that person's kind of standing out in the crowd and you can talk shit about them. Little secret is that person doesn't bother even thinking about you because they're doing things with their lives. Think about that. Do stuff with your life. Stop talking shit. But Lady Gaga is at this high level, and she's still got shit tons of stuff she deals with. Nerve pains going all throughout her body that she's saying that, you know, is in so much pain when she gets depressed, and all these other things that are just serious issues that she's got. And it was really almost like a humbling experience to watch it, because I'm like, wow, you know, this lady, it's like you wouldn't think, you know, these people are dealing with this stuff. You would think that they have it all figured out. You know, I know of people personally far more successful than me. I know of a guy, he's going to be making around $750,000 this year, and he developed a freaking drug habit, like a drinking habit and a drug habit, to try to like balance out like his incessant just maniacal rise to success, because it's almost like everything in life has this like push-pull effect. No matter how much force you exert on something, you're going to get back the same. And it's like he's been rising like this, and it's almost like a rubber band, and it ripped him back down. And you know, he went on like this crazy bender recently where he was up for like 3 days straight. He was taking so much cocaine. He just went on a bender, like I don't even know why, he just did. He went on a bender, tons of cocaine. I have no idea how much he spent on this weekend. But the thing was, his heart was gonna like blow up, so he used vodka to bring his heart rate down so he could do more cocaine. He went through like 2 handles, like a handle of vodka a day, maybe more. I don't even know. It was like a 3 or 4 day bender. And like, he was drunk the entire time, coked the entire time, like, and probably some other things. And on the surface, yo, if you guys knew who this guy was, on the surface, you would never get it. And this is what comes from not having balance. You know, to people who have never done drugs, they don't understand how people fall into doing drugs. To people who have never been in the circumstances of which they judge people for, they can never understand why the person made the decisions that they did in those circumstances. And it's just, you know, I wanted to share this with you because, you know, I'm surrounded by examples of people who, you know, didn't have balance in their life and what happened to them. And it's crazy because it's so much to drum into my brain, because going to fight or flight or survival mode for so long kept me there. And yeah, it kept me rising at a very fast pace, but now it's almost like the gears are grinding and like things are all over the place. And I was thinking of like trying to put more videos up just to like almost vent, because there's so much stuff that I've learned along this journey. There's so much that I can share with people and to help guide them to understand this stuff is real. Like, this is real stuff. I was talking to the CEO of a company that I invested in a few years back, and you know, we were having a conversation, and he's at the point where he broke up with his girlfriend, who was basically going to be his fiance, because he realized, he was like, you know, I can't have a relationship right now. He basically was saying that he is just so focused on his business, so focused on whatever, but see, that also takes away from the balance. You know, I mean, he needs a woman to balance him out, and pull him back from the edge when he's too close. But no, he can't be watching movies every single night with her. No, he can't be doing all this kind of stuff. He just needs a different person. But he basically just kind of kicked out one of the pillars from becoming successful, which is a balance in the love side of the balance, you know, health, wealth, love, spirituality. and all that together on a balance creates happiness. But, you know, I mean, he kicked her out, and now he doesn't have that balance. And he told me that he's now down to working 5 days a week, and on the weekends you can't reach him. Like, he disappears on the weekends. And it's like, you know, for all he knows, he lost the love of his life. Maybe, you know, because of an inability in uncompromising. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. No, like I said, a second, not take your freaking time. Hey, it's on the other side of the building. I'm going to finish up in like 2 minutes, but just go around over there. It's the first door. As soon as you round the corner, Paul's waiting for you, okay? Yes. Yep, I'll be right there. Sorry about that. Anyways, so the point is that the he kicked out a pillar of his balance. I'm sorry. I just don't like edit these freaking videos sometimes. It just takes too damn long. He kicked out this balance piece of his life, and you know, he basically takes 2 days off now and just completely disappears from humanity. Goes to the beach, goes on a 2-day vacation, goes to something to balance himself out, because if he doesn't, he loses his shit. And so anyways, I gotta get in there. Anyways, this is like a really weak end to a decent video, but my point is, have balance, guys. Like, figure out what it is that is going to balance you out in life, and be very uncompromising to do it, because I'm learning to say no to people nowadays. I'm learning to try to compartmentalize. I'm learning to calm things down. I've been doing meditation. I've also been checking out the Wim Hof method, which I extremely recommend. You know, because you don't want what I have. You don't. You do not want to lay awake at night for 7 hours, being unable to sleep because you can't breathe and you can't feel your chest, and your back is all types of like jacked up, and you've got, you know, physical issues from, you know, past injuries that you haven't, you know, fully taken care of, and you know, not sleeping makes everything worse, and being like walking through life like a zombie because you're so exhausted, but you're still just kind of moving forward in some weird, you know, stupor. You don't want that. Like, you don't want the anxiety that is debilitating, where you've got things to do but you just can't bring yourself to do it. You don't want any of that. And, you know, let my screw ups be the lessons that you need to not make the same mistakes, because the consequences of making the same mistakes, it's the same thing of people who tell you, like, don't eat like shit because it will catch up to you, and nobody fucking listens, and then it catches up to them, and you spend the rest of your life trying to chase the body that you want down. Like, eat well now. Take care of yourself now. Do the things that you need to do to be healthy now. Invest for your future within yourself. You know, stop going off the deep end like me and thinking that, you know, the more success that you can obtain, the more it's going to make everything perfect. Because, yeah, I got a hell of a lot more success nowadays than most people, but I also spent, like I said, $60,000 last year to try to, like, continue to balance out. You don't want that. All right? So, anyways, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you'll leave a thumbs up, maybe a comment on the content. I appreciate you watching, and would love, if this is your first time here, you know, become a subscriber. You know, there's a lot of stuff I share on this channel, a lot of ideas and, you know, thoughts about the world as I become the best version of myself I can be, and share the lessons that I learn with you guys. So, best of luck to everybody out there, whatever you're working on, and I will see you next time.